And hello, everyone. It is Tom. It's FANzine Live. We are back. I have been in the wilds of Quebec, going pretty much everywhere. I'm back for a few days, and then I'm off to another trip. Summer is just crazy, and I appreciate everybody sticking in with me. While I was on vacation, I had a chance to read a book by Andi Watson called Slow News Day. This is an older book from Slave Labor Graphics. First edition, 2002. So this isn't exactly the newest work by Watson, but Watson is a fantastic cartoonist. So this is a long-form piece, a graphic novel about a young lady who goes to intern at a British newspaper. The reason I'm sharing this with you is that I have a whole lot of Andi Watson stuff to look at. I thought that we would start with the oldest, and this is as old as I can find. It is a good book. It is a very well-told story. I like it a lot. If you can find Slow News Day, strongly suggest it. The real reason I'm sharing with you today the work of Andi Watson is once upon a time, I did a video on this mini comic by Andi called Muse. Great piece. Love it to pieces. We're going to put that over here because we have a bunch of other Andi Watson mini comics. Taken together, this is an incredible haul. An incredible stash from a great, great artist and graphic designer. And so I read all these, basically binged them all, and thought to myself, how am I going to present these? Because I'm not going to be able to talk about each and every one. So I thought, let's take a look at it as a group, as a whole. Perhaps maybe I can encourage you to take a look at Andi's work. Not just this, not just Slow News Day, but there are many other pieces that Watson has put out that honestly are great. Watson is a professional grade cartoonist who chooses to operate kind of in that mid-space between mini comics and self-publishing and professionally published work. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. First off, I think it's fair to just say, let's talk about the format of these books. These are in that, I want to say, what, A5, A6 size. It's a little bigger than the quarter-page mini comics that we in the States are used to. Layout is very similar. Always have the name, always have the title, always have the cover graphic. Flip it over, smaller graphic, and excerpt graphic. Every book looks the same. And that consistency builds out, I hate using marketing terms, it builds out Watson's brand. You know what you're in for when you get it. Then you've got the interiors. So your covers are full color, well, I guess 3 color, but basically I'm guessing he's using a full color printer because he uses every color under the sun on this. But he starts with his 12 pages of interior. These are the page numbers. And these are the stories on those page numbers. So, for example, in The City Never Sleeps, you have the first 4 pages being The City Never Sleeps. The next 4 pages are The Killer Inside Me. Then 2 pages of The Garden Party, and the last 2 pages are The Eaters. You get the contact info on Andi Watson. Yes, you want to order from Andi Watson. And then also, every single book has a quick original sketch in this corner. What a treat! And they all play to the content that is inside the book. I think these are fantastic. And while I'm thinking about it with these little sketches, Andi puts up on Facebook, perhaps on Instagram or Twitter or whatever elsewhere, but on Facebook, if you subscribe to Andi's list, you get a daily quick sketch or a near daily quick sketch, like a work in progress, and you get to see how Andi does the cartooning. So every single one has a small original sketch. I think these are wonderful. What a gift from the artist. Every single one. So, you start with that. Great looking book on the outside. Wonderful kind of matte cover, but it's a cardstock matte. Little shinier, I guess, on the interior, but not a lot. And then you have what appears to be 3 color interiors, but notice that the colors switch. Here he used yellow as his third color. Here he uses, I guess it's probably a magenta, which then he can play down to pink. This one you have green, and then in the back you can see, yeah, we've got full color, and he shares his different zines. Next, the other part of this that you would notice is that there isn't a ton of dialogue. He does this in a narrative tone that's a third person kind of telling the story of what you are seeing, as opposed to having his characters have the conversation. Again, it's his style, it's his format, and it follows every single time. Now this one you can see he does have one little bit of dialogue. This one has 3 stories in it. Looks like we have a 5-pager, we have maybe a 4-pager, and then we have a 3-pager. I love the format. I love the style. I love the cartooning. Sometimes he uses panel borders, sometimes not. The text is easy to read. This is very much a regular paper. This is not gloss at all. So he does play with his paper stock a little bit. But gosh, the construction of the panels and the images, just amazing. And he uses 2 background colors on this one. So he is using full color because you have to in order to get that. This has almost a 50s type look to it. So creative. Anyway, I'm telling you all this because I read them all. I binged them all, and much in the same way that I read Steve Willis's Cranium Frenzies all at once and was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is great. You've got to see this, everybody. I had the same feeling reading Andi Watson's work. Andi is doing work right now. I believe his latest stuff is called, I think it's called The Book Tour. It's a graphic novel available on Amazon. I'll throw in a link, I guess, in the show notes so you can see it. But this stuff is available at his website. Highly, highly recommend it. You can do it for the appreciation of the cartooning. You can do it as inspiration as to how to make a series of theoretically unrelated comics all look perfectly related as part of a larger series. I mean, this is genius work. And the cartooning is so, so good. Andi Watson, everybody. We like. That's it for now. This is FANzine Live. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to FANzine Live. For Pete's sake, tell your friends about this one. Andi is great. We'll have more videos in the days ahead. I will catch you next time.